Join discord.gg/flatearth and enter a check-in room. Someone will come along and verify you to get involved in the conversation about our Earth.
We do have somebody new in the server that hasn't got any roles at all. Somebody called GP hasn't got voice verified or anything. Would you like me to do them the honour, Mayhem?
Please, sir.
Okay, so JP, I have given you control of your microphone. You can take yourself off mute and introduce yourself to the Flat Earth 24/7 Discord server 2.0. My name is Jedi, the Greybeard. How can I help you?
Nice.
Obviously,
That's not how it works. You either stop talking right now or I permanently ban you until you're read the welcome and rules and etc. Then you can be unmuted.
All right.
And all that stuff.
Right. Put your hand on the Bible. Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
No, Mickey, you've forgotten the really important question.
Oh, yeah?
How do you feel? Do you feel like you're brainwashed?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, have you read the rules of the server in the welcome page?
I've skimmed through it, yeah.
And you agree to the rules?
What channel is it?
How did you read it?
Right at the top.
So, welcome page, bro. How did you...
Oh, right.
The bit you just skimmed through, you've already been there, apparently, according to you.
Oh, I have to
Have you read the rules in welcome?
Oh, yeah, I've read the top
yeah.
message, yeah.
Yeah, awesome stuff. It's just so you understand that there are certain things that will not be tolerated in this server, my friend.
Yeah.
That's all. And as long as you agree to the rules, then we can crack on and have a conversation about why you visited our server today.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I'm just, curious about what you guys are talking about.
Well, we're talking about the fact that the idea that the Earth is a spinning ball in a vacuum of space has not ever been demonstrated to be true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm just curious to know what your arguments are. That's it.
Well, okay. So there's three main claims that they make about the Earth. One, that it is a ball. Number two, that it moves. Number three, it is a ball that moves in the vacuum of space. All those three physical claims have never been demonstrated or measured to be true. For example, the radius or drop over distance of the surface of the Earth. That has never been directly measured to be true. In actual fact, when we and other people try to measure over distances of water to find that curvature that should be there, we do not find or measure any curvature over any distance of water, which is a problem, being as they tell us that the Earth's surface is over 70% water. If the water isn't curving, then how the hell can the Earth be a ball? That's the main premise for why we're here. The Earth is flat, measurably so, observably so, and as you'll get to find out, practically used as so. But that's why we're here, my friend. Have you got any other questions on that?
Well, why would that be? What would they gain from lying to us then?
Oh, can I answer this?
I don't. Yeah, go for it, please, CB.
Well, I just want to get you in the right mindset, the right mind frame. You need to put yourself in the shoes of an investigator or a judge.
All right.
So the first things you would be looking for is evidence, and maybe that will lead you to some sort of motive. But we don't start with, as an investigator, you don't arrive to a crime scene. You're like, I wonder why this happened. You go, whose blood is that? Let's sample that. Okay, I see there's a camera footage. There's a camera up there. Let's get the footage. There's some bullet shells. Let's grab the fingerprints. So you want to gather up all the evidence first. And there's times when you won't know the motive. But based on the evidence, you can still turn that into a judge. The judge can observe the evidence and make a conviction based off the evidence. So in terms of why would they do this and how could this possibly have happened? We could probably speculate until the cows come home about why, but the real important stuff is the actual evidence. So just put your investigator hat on, young detective, and we'll start with the evidence.
But have you guys arrived at an agreement about the motive? Because I guess you've already went through all of the evidence that you said.
No.
Can I go maybe take this a different way? Why is motive relevant to the PI or detective?
Well, it would make sense. It would support the hypothesis that the Earth is flat when there is a motive.
That's not why. No. why is a motive relevant to a private detector or judge or jury or any of that stuff? Why is the motive relevant to them?
Well, they're trying to figure out what happened.
No, it leads them potentially to evidence. That's literally the only reason they care about motive.
Is it?
Yes. So they don't need to really know why a thing happened, but if they can understand why it happened, then it will lead them to evidence, which is what CB is talking about, that will then help to make a prosecution. Right? That's the only reason they care about motive. It's the only reason they care. But ultimately, it's the evidence that matters.
Here's a quick clip. People like the media asking somebody, an officer, about motive. Just kind of hear his response here.
We currently don't truly understand the why. As far as motivation and any type of relationship, we don't know. But the investigators are keeping all options open.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if you never know, then you just give up. You just ignore all the evidence if you can't figure out the motive. No, the motive is the key part. So I could give you some speculation, but what does that lead us? Can we cash in our speculation to a judge? Like, well, I'm thinking that it could be this. No, you cash in the evidence. So that's what you got to focus on first. Maybe you'll come to your own conclusions in terms of motivation, but even then, who's going to confirm that? Do you go and ask? Who do you ask? Is it true that you did this for this reason? Asking a liar why they lied. They could just lie. So it's like, that's why the evidence is so important.
Cool. I see what you're saying. I was just asking from a personal point of view,
Well, I'll give you something to chew on. After all that, I'll at least give you something to chew on.
Nice.
But what do they gain? They gained, well, I'm just going to use you as an example. They gained you. They've gained a lot of people who will just blindly defend something they don't even understand. People come here and they're like, yeah, it's a globe. And you're like, okay, well, do you know that? And they're like, yeah. Okay, so how do you know that? Well, hold on, let me Google it. So they're blindly defending something that for someone else that they don't even understand why. So that's something I'd say that's pretty valuable if you gained a bunch of blind followers. So I don't know. Again, what can you do with that information? What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, another way of looking at it is like, if you blindly believe them, then they don't have an incentive to tell the truth. So what they're actually going to do is they're just going to tell you whatever benefits them the most, right? So just think about that. If people just blindly believe them, as 99% of the people do, then why wouldn't you lie?
Yeah, but why would they lie about that though? Does it make?
Well, I just told you. If people are going to blindly believe them anyway, then they would do whatever benefits them the most. That's what I just told you that, right? So what that benefit is, well, you'd need to know why they're lying in order to know what the benefit is. So
look, bro,
we're not mind readers, so we don't know. But we're just pointing out that the question itself it's not actually a valid question in this debate.
Okay.
Well, let me try to accentuate Crypto's point a little bit. I have a running skit, a little joke about selling people a space junk helmet. So let me just play this quick clip. This is a commercial I heard from an insurance company just recently. Take a listen.
They say an asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs. I don't know about that, but I do know if space debris hit my car, it'll be all right. Comprehensive car insurance can cover things that fall from the sky. Hail, trees, golf balls, even meteorites.
Okay. So if you can be convinced that things can fall from the sky, potentially crash, maybe hit your car, you might be inclined to maybe purchase some insurance for that. Or maybe you'll purchase one of my space junk helmets. Because every other day it seems like there's something going to be crashing into the earth soon. Prepare. And we saw the last couple years, people were convinced to wear something on their head to protect themselves from incoming things. So I'm just thinking, well, if people will do that, I bet you they'll wear something like a helmet on their head. So I can't sell this product. No one in this community, no flat earther is going to buy a space junk helmet. Why? Because we know that outer space is a fictional setting. It's not a real place. So nothing's going to be falling from space and hitting you in the head. So nobody here is going to buy that. But these blind believers, the ones that were wearing the diaper, I bet you they'd be willing to wear a helmet. So,
yeah,
they gained those people as well. I can sell you insurance. I can sell you helmets. No flat earther is going to buy space coverage. Well, I don't think outer space is real. So why would I buy space coverage to cover my car? Go ahead.
I'd like to add on to what you're saying too. Most people aren't lying; they were lied to, and they believe what was sold to them. So they're passing on what they perceive to be true information.
Yeah, Creation Bear, I've just come up with a really good business idea. We should go into Gamma Panda server and try and sell them alien invasion insurance.
ESA goes there to sell them Coriolis insurance.
Coriolis insurance, brilliant.
Yeah, he's like, just like if you refer friends, you get a discount. He's got like a whole sales pitch for Coriolis insurance.
So notice though, for our new friend here, we've given you some speculation on like why and stuff like that. But notice how this isn't proving anything. This doesn't say anything about the Earth. I've told you that outer space isn't real, but we don't have any evidence for that, just based off of my speculation of people would purchase space insurance and stuff like that. So this is all into speculation zone, and we're not really getting anywhere that leads us to the evidence like Crypto was talking about. So we can't cash in speculation, but we can cash in evidence. So that's what we're trying to get new people to start with, the evidence, not the motive, because it doesn't lead anywhere.
But he can see if he wants to start from that point. He can say, okay, if they have no motive to lie, that means there is no lie outside. That means the Earth is spherical and everything is okay. He really wants to start from that point. I believe them. Now you check the reality and see if they're lying or not lying. Because if they have no motive to lie, that means that Earth must be spherical.
Yeah, I actually really like the court setting. You almost you got to put yourself. You're almost like a lawyer sometimes as well. So you'll hear people say things like, "Oh, well, Your Honor, I just can't fathom why my client would lie about such a thing. They've been in business for this many years, and I've trusted them. I just can't think of why they would lie." So, meanwhile, we're over here like, "Well, here's their blood. Here's them at the crime scene. Here's the bullet. Like, we've got all the evidence. What more do you need?" And they're like, "Well, do you really think that's possible? Like, they've been credentialed for so many years." So you guys got to get out of this motive mindset. Actually look at the evidence. So, like, so are they lying?
You can see the murder, like the guy killing 10 person, and then you come to him and ask him why you killed them, and he said, "I don't want to tell you." And then what? There is people are not dead.
Sasha. No. I don't know why.
Alright, I see. Well, thanks guys for introducing me to your thing.
No problem.
Your
I'll
idea.
anytime.
So did I interrupt something or?
Oh no.
Alright. Well, since I just got here and I don't know too much about what you guys talk about, what are your main arguments supporting the flat Earth theory, apart from the one that you mentioned earlier about the sea curvature?
Sure. Well, just a quick correction on the theory. Like, the same way your height isn't a theory, that's something you could go measure, and then you know how tall you are. It's not like a belief, and no one can come and like debunk your height. That's just, it is what it is. So, like, flat Earth isn't really a theory. We're just talking about the Earth outside. And so you can go and measure that and know things about the Earth. So we're not like coming together and like putting let's come up with a theory, guys. It's not a theory. It's more like your height. So I just wanted to correct you there. But Yeah, you said what are some of the main points?
I feel like saying the Earth is flat is as much of a theory as saying it is round.
No, because we're just talking about the Earth outside. So when you go outside, are you looking at a theory? Like we're just dealing with the reality as it presents itself. Some people think the Earth outside is a globe. We're just saying it's not that. So we're dealing with the Earth outside. It's not a theory. In the same way, your height isn't a theory. It's a real. You are as you are. So if you're 6 foot, you're 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no theory about that. It's not a belief. You understand? That's something you can measure, and then you know it. So
can you actually measure
the Earth?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's interesting. The globe. If you Google how big is the Earth, a number will pop up. So someone has claimed to have measured it. So they're claiming, like, if you for this in the same way that if you claimed you were 6 foot tall, well, that's the claim. Now we can test that claim. So the globe is claiming to be a certain height, a radius of just under 4,000 miles. So you can test that. If I meet you in person, and there's not 72 inches there, then you're not 6 foot, period. So if they claim the Earth is 4,000 miles in radius, just under, well, then you can test that claim as well. So,
but how can you test that claim?
Yeah, well, based off of that size, if you're 1 foot off the ground, the distance, the claimed distance to the Earth curve, because it's supposed to be a ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the claimed distance to that hump or the curve would only be at like 1.2 miles away. I can grab a quick clip for you, just like a 90-second clip from like 9 years ago of somebody explaining how the horizon works and these numbers. So you can hear it from not just a flat earther, but you'll hear it from people who believe in the globe as well. This is from 9 years ago, a video called How Does the Horizon Work? So when I joined the debate, when I joined this topic back in 2017, this was the whole argument was about what is the horizon? The Team Globe was claiming that the horizon is the curve of the Earth, the thing that boats go over. The reason why you can't see China, because there's a curve in the way. Okay?
All right.
So here's the clip. I'm just going to play it in the bot. It's 90 seconds. You hear a little bit of music at first, but I'll stop it after the end.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Josh Clark, and this is Brain Stuff, and I'm here to answer a very pressing question. Have you ever been standing at the edge of water, say like an ocean, and looked out on the horizon and said, I wonder exactly how far away that horizon is? You know, where the sky meets the sea, that's the horizon. Well, it turns out because the Earth is curved that it depends on where you're standing and how far above water you're standing. Let's say that you are in the water, right? And you're up to, say, your eyes are about 8 inches above the water surface. Well, again, remember the Earth is curved, and despite the ocean seeming flat, they actually curve themselves, which if you've ever really looked at the horizon, it kind of goes like this a little bit, which is pretty cool. But it also goes like this, right? So if your eyes are 8 inches above the water, right then you're about a mile away from that horizon point where the sky meets the ocean as far as you can tell. If you're standing up above water and you're like, I am about 6 feet tall, that means your eyes are about 5.5 feet above the water's edge, which means that you're about 3 miles away from the horizon. Isn't that amazing? Going from 8 inches above water, 5.5 feet above water, is the distance between 2 miles between you and the horizon. Mind-blowing, if you ask.
Okay. So they're basically just saying, based off the size of the Earth, the distance, and your height off the ground, the curvature will be at a certain distance away from you. So if you're like 6 foot tall, the horizon will be at about 3 miles. If you've got an observer or a camera down at 1 foot, the distance to the horizon will be about 1.2 miles. So how do you test that? Say you had a body of water that's maybe 5-10 miles, or an ocean that's pretty big, and you're looking out across that ocean or that body of water. Say if it's a 5-mile lake and you've got an observer at 1 foot and you're seeing across that whole lake, when the horizon is claimed to be bulged up at 1.2 miles, So essentially, that's a good way to test the claim, is you can use bodies of water. We look at the space selfies, right? Pictures from space, they show us curved water. The oceans are all curved, the lakes are all curved. So that's what we're doing. We're going into reality to find out if those lakes really are curved. And they have to be at a certain rate based off of the size of the Earth.
Hey, CV, I don't mean to interrupt you, but there's two people in the VC check-in. If anybody wants to go have a chat with them, I'm not up for it right now at the moment.
There's a moderator in there at the
Oh, okay. It didn't look like they had any role. Sorry, don't mind me.
No worries.
JP, do you understand what CB just said to you, mate?
I did. Well, I'm not sure I caught everything, but I got the big idea.
Yeah, you got the idea that if you're on a curved surface, eventually with distance, that curved surface is going to interrupt your vision of stuff beyond that curved surface, right?
Right, yeah.
Awesome stuff. CB is kind of giving you the math associated with that function as well. So if we know the size of the ball, 3,959 miles in radius, then it's just a mathematical calculation to figure out where the geometric horizon should be for an observer standing at any altitude. Do you agree with that? It's just maths, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, awesome. So according to that math, which is 1.225 miles times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So, for example, if the observer's height was 1 foot, like was elucidated within the small sound clip just a moment ago, then the visible geometric horizon for that 1 foot observer should be, well, the square root of 1 is 1. So 1 times 1.225 is 1.225. So for the observer standing at 1 foot above the surface of the Earth over water, the horizon geometric can only be, and not in excess of, 1.225 miles. You understand that, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Guys, has JP got the ability, has he got voice verified so you can jump in the live stream, CB?
I'm not sure I have.
Let me just double check. I was just grabbing some links and stuff for you.
I'll give him the roles if
Okay.
you want. VC verified?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
The only reason why I've given you this role, my friend, is because I want you to go into the live stream voice text. That's the text stream that's just above this channel. If you can go in there, that's where we text and post relevant information. When you're in that live stream voice text, can you tell me when you can see the image of the 2 oil rigs? Provided at 47 minutes past the hour by Flatsy. Awesome stuff. So you see at the top there's a little bit of blurb. Basically it says if the Earth is a ball of a set radius, then the maths that I've just said would apply. So this image, these 2 oil rigs, is a still shot that is taken from a video. We can provide you with the video later if you wish. It's not a problem at all. But this observation is taken from 1 foot above the surface of the water. Can you tell me in relation to these 2 oil rigs, and before I continue, I just want to point out that these oil rigs have got distance markers. One's just over 6 miles, one's just over 9. Can you tell me, with reference to those 2 oil rigs, where the horizon appears to be? For example, is the horizon before the oil rigs? Is it between the oil rigs? Or is it past the last oil rig? Where's the horizon appear to be, my friend?
Behind.
Awesome. So we can see on the left... Yeah. So we can see on the left-hand side that oil rig has got a distance of 9.4 miles. So we can safely say, I would assume, that the horizon is no less than 10 miles away. It could be further, but it's not less than 10 miles, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So remember the mathematical function, 1.225 miles times the square root of the observer's height in feet. This observation is taken from 1 foot above the surface of the water. So the geometric horizon must be at 1.225 miles. What we're demonstrating to you here, my friend, is the horizon is not where the mathematics geometrically should be. The horizon is indeed further than it should be, and indeed the horizon is an optical phenomena. And I'll explain that to you. What I mean by an optical phenomena, it is basically the limitation of your view depending on the optics technology that you use, eyeballs, binoculars, telescope or higher-powered zoom camera, and the atmospheric conditions of the day. For example, you ain't going to see very far when it's foggy, but when it's a nice clear day, you're going to see a lot further. So basically what we're showing you here is there is no geometric horizon to hide boats, buildings, oil rigs, lighthouses, your mum and friends and family around because the horizon is optical. It isn't physical to hide things behind. You understand that, yeah?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, awesome. You'll also understand that the water between the observer and the horizon is level, right? It is not curving, is it?
No, but it shouldn't be.
No.
I mean, even if the Earth were a globe, it shouldn't be curving, I think.
Incorrect.
What? So, hold on. If the Earth was a ball, that means that all of the surface of the Earth would be curving. You know those pictures from space that they show us of the Earth being a ball? 70% of the surface of the Earth is water. So we should most definitely be able to find curvature of the Earth over distances of water, shouldn't we?
Well, yeah, but on that picture, it's way too narrow to see a curvature.
Hold on. I've given you the maths. 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So for this 1 foot observer, the geometric horizon, if it was physical, can only be 1.225 miles away. We've done the math. The Earth is not too big. The horizon should be at 1.225 miles away, according to the math. So why is the horizon beyond the Oryx then?
I wouldn't know.
But it's not curving, is it?
Yeah, because it would not be curving, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if the waters of the Earth are not curving, how can the Earth, 70% of the surface of the Earth being water, be a ball? Because the waters are level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the waters are level. Therefore, the Earth is level. Right?
Just want to make a quick correction, JP. The water is claimed to be curved. I gave you we listened to that short video where the guy said, when you're standing at the beach, you can see it, he says. Okay, and then not only that, we've got two other things to look at. We've got the maths that Jedi just went over with you, the 1.2 horizon. I also posted that in the chat. The water is definitely claimed to be curving. And then the third thing is the selfies from space that show all the bodies of water curved. We had a guy in here yesterday that said every body of water is curved, even like a cup of water. So you said like, oh, that's too small. It's to be curving. Oh, that's not what they're claiming. I'm trying to post a screenshot in the chat right now that says, because they say boats go over the curve. It says here, the surface between you and the ship is not flat. It bulges up. So the claim is definitely that the water is curved. I have a gentleman we've spoken to named Bob, the science guy, very staunch globe earther. And here's what he has to say about this image that we showed you. He's going to ask about the bottom of those oil rigs. Here's the clip.
There's also horizon way beyond where it's supposed to be, so there's that too.
Yeah, what's blocking the bottom of the oil rig there?
Not a hill of water. So
yeah, actually, that's exactly what it is.
Okay,
and if you look at how much is actually hidden.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, so you were like, well, that's too narrow. Well, even he's saying, well, no, it is curved there. There is a hill of water. So they're claiming that boats go over this hill of water, things are being blocked behind the hill of water, and so on. So just wanted to help you correct that there.
But what you're calling the hill of water would be an optical thing and not a physical thing.
Well, they're saying it's physical. They're saying it's physical.
A physical wall of water?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Creation Bear.
Remember the claim? Sorry.
Yeah,
Go on.
I just want to say hi to Creation Bear and ask him if he's got a Pac-Man, like when the ghost eats the Pac-Man, that sound he makes.
The sound? I should add it.
Yeah, because there was a
awesome.
concession. Jedi got to a concession. Can we hear it again, Jedi?
What, my concession?
No, the gentleman you were talking to.
Optical
He
or
conceded
physical?
about the waters are level, right?
Yeah. So, just to go back onto that point, what we're doing is we're observing over distances of water, and like I just said, the distance between the gentleman with the camera and the horizon, that water there is level, right? It's level water. You understand that, yeah? If the Earth is a ball, there shouldn't be any level water anywhere. It should all be curving at 1.225 times the square root of your observer's height in feet to find the geometric horizon. Or 8 inches per mile squared. That is the drop over distance. We're not observing this over any distance of water, are we? JP?
Yeah. I'm thinking about what you're saying.
That's absolutely fine, my friend. So this is a direct observation and measurement of the surface of the Earth. It's a measurement because we know the distances between the observer and the two oil rigs, for example, and we can measure that the horizon is beyond those two oil rigs. Right?
Yeah.
This is just water. You understand the dynamics of water when it's contained, like in your coffee in the morning, or when you go and have a bath, or when you go for a swim at your swimming pool, or when you go fishing at your lake, or when you go and observe boats at the seaside.
Yeah.
That water is level. You'll notice that it also reflects light like a perfectly mirrored surface. For example, a lake, right, reflects the clouds from above like a perfectly mirrored surface. Your bath water will reflect your bathroom light like a perfectly mirrored surface. The oceans, or difference between any of those contained waters, whether it's small or large, that's still reflecting water like a perfectly flat mirrored surface. So observationally and measurably, the Earth doesn't appear to have any curvature over water at all. That's a problem if you're on a ball, because that water should be curving.
All of it.
Yeah. Where did you derive the formula of the observable distance?
That would be an Earth curve calculator. Mathematics associated with a ball of 3,959 miles. This is not my maths. This is not CB's maths. This is just maths.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can post some stuff in the chat for you just to kind of back, because I know people will be like, "Oh, this is just flat Earth or math." Not really. If you claim to be 6 foot, then there has to be 72 inches there. It's not like this isn't groundbreaking stuff. It's just basic, arithmetic
Geometry.
at this point. Yeah. So look in the chat.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it later.
57 minutes past the hour there. But yeah, just so you know, this is just a breakdown from the claim that the Earth is a specific size. So based off of that size, boom, you've got. You can break it down from there.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep. If it was up to us, there is no horizon, so we wouldn't be saying like, "Oh, well, the horizon should be at this distance." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
if that doesn't cut it for you, I can finish the rest of my statement because so far it is incomplete. There are actually 3 points to my statement. First point is the observation. We observe the Earth to be level. The second point is we measure the Earth to be level. The third point that I haven't elucidated to yet is we navigate and practically use the Earth as level. Have you ever heard of celestial navigation or navigating by the stars, my friend JP?
I have, yeah. That's
awesome.
What they used to do when we didn't have maps, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So long time ago, 300-400 years ago, we used a device called a sextant, which is a glorified protractor, an angle measuring device, to gain elevation angles to stars at known times of years, so we can find out our location on the Earth. That's celestial navigation, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Do you know what a triangle is, my friend? 3 straight lines meeting at 3 vertices where you can read 3 interior angles that must read 180 degrees. You know what a triangle is, right?
I know about triangles, yeah.
Also, yeah, exactly. Really simple stuff. Quick question. Can you measure an angle if I curve one of those lines in the triangle? If you put a protractor down on a triangle on one of those lines, let's call it the baseline. If that line is curved, can you measure an angle?
Well, the top one, but only that one.
Yeah, but you can't measure the one with the curved line on it now, can you?
Well, can you?
No, you can't measure an angle if one of those lines is curved.
Yeah,
Do you know what a protractor is, don't you?
A what? A contractor?
A protractor. You find them in stationary sets at school. The half semicircle.
I'm gonna Google it.
It's an angle measuring device.
Oh, yeah, I see what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's curved. And you measure an angle.
Yep.
Yes. How do you measure an angle if one of those lines is curved? And I will point out to you that all of those lines radiating out from the center of the protractor are straight.
Yeah, you can't. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot measure an angle if one of those lines is curved. You see, the thing is, if the surface of the Earth was curved, then we wouldn't be using angle measuring devices to navigate across the Earth with the stars, because you can't measure angles if lines are curved, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here and say that the curvature of the Earth was too small to curve the baseline enough to, make the calculus wrong.
Okay. Do you know what a GP is? Do you know what a GP is with reference to celestial navigation? If you don't, I'll tell you.
JP?
GP.
GP?
It's the ground position. Yeah. It's the ground position of the star that you're looking at. So, for example, we're at sea and we're looking at Polaris. Okay? We all know what Polaris is, North Star. So we're at sea and we've got Polaris in our view. A straight line down from Polaris is Polaris's ground position. Now, underneath Polaris is 90 degrees. Now, Polaris can be in excess of 1 to 3,000 miles beyond the horizon. The GP is beyond the horizon. So, being as there's 90 degrees underneath Polaris, and then a straight line from that ground position to you with the sextant, 3,000 miles away, and then you measure up to Polaris and read an angle of, let's say, 45 degrees. You understand that we've just built a triangle there, yes?
Yeah.
Awesome. If the surface of the Earth was curved, how would you have a 90-degree angle, GP, underneath Polaris?
That's a good
Can you?
You would theorize it, I think.
No, you wouldn't theorize it. You would understand that you can't have 90 degrees on a curved surface, and to use celestial navigation, there is 90 degrees underneath Polaris at its ground position, then a straight line to you over 3,000 miles. To you with your sextant, who's going to read an elevation angle up to a star. You do realize that if that baseline was curved, you would, 1, not have 90 degrees underneath that star, and 2, because you've got a line with 2 angles at either end, you wouldn't be able to measure an elevation angle up to that star now, would you?
You wouldn't, right?
No. So, being as in celestial navigation, we use angle measuring devices. This requires the surface of the Earth to be level. Now, I've just pointed out Polaris. There are thousands of stars in the sky, and every single star has a GP that's 90 degrees to you, the observer, on your boat with a sextant. Every single star has a ground position of 90 degrees. Now, it's impossible to get one 90-degree angle on a curved surface, let alone thousands. So, in this instance, and I'm going to finish my statement, the Earth is observed, measured, practically used and navigated across as a flat plane. For us to navigate across the Earth using angle measuring devices, the Earth in no way can be a ball. You understand this, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, being as we now understand that, you must understand that the Earth is practically used as flat.
Well, based on what you said, yeah, but I would have to,
Please.
think and...
Yes. Guys, seriously, don't just listen to a flat earther.
Yeah.
Listen to what I say and then go and research for yourself. And I would hope you would come back at some point and say, do you know what, Jedi? That thing that you told me the other day was absolutely true. You cannot measure at any angle on a curved surface, let alone 2, if one of those lines is curved. Being as we use angle measuring devices to navigate across the Earth, indeed, Jedi, you are correct. The Earth is practically used and navigated across as a flat stationary plane. But yeah, please go look into celestial navigation, my friend, please.
I will.
Good man. Well done. Does anybody else like to have a conversation with this guy? And JP, have you got any other questions?
Didn't you say you had the third point?
That was the third point. So I'll elucidate it for you again. The Earth is observed, measured, and practically used in brackets navigated across as a flat stationary plane.
Oh,
observed, measured, and practically used.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem, my friend. No worries.
Well, thanks for explaining all of that to me.
No worries. Now, it's relatively quiet. Would you like me to take space away for you as well?
Don't do that.
Hey, you sound like you wanted to know the radius of the image. What would be the radius in the Black Swan image of a spherical Earth? 250,000 miles?
Yeah.
I think he was wondering. I think he might have been thinking about that as well. But take away space. Let's take away space by all means.
Wait, I wasn't following. You were talking to me.
No, JP, 250,000 miles is the radius in that Black Swan image.
Which image?
That with all rigs.
Oh, the old race one. Yeah.
If we were to measure to that horizon, then the Earth's radius would be out to the moon.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
okay.
I mean, based on what we think the moon distance is.
Based on dimensions.
Where's the moon, my friend?
Up in the sky, I would say.
Awesome. Up in the sky, is that where all the clouds and the birds are, or is that somewhere else? Where's the sun, moon, and stars, my friend? Where are they?
I would say above the trees would be a first statement.
Okay. Okie dokie. Have you ever heard of the vacuum of space?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's where the sun, moon, and stars are, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably. In the heliocentric model, that is most definitely where they say the sun, moon, and stars is, right?
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. You know that they say that space is a vacuum, yeah?
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
I know.
Devoid of gas and
I
stuff.
wouldn't say I know, but I was told it was.
Well, yeah, exactly. We are told, and remember, we're going with what they tell us. So they tell us that space is a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you know the difference between an open and a closed system?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, so in reference to, let's say, the second law of thermodynamics, open and closed systems, and isolated systems. An open system can release matter and energy. A closed system cannot release matter, but can release energy. An isolated system cannot release either. You understand that, yeah?
Okay.
Awesome. So, like, if I've got a balloon or a tire, that's a closed system, right?
Yeah.
And I pop the balloon or the tire, then it's an open system, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. If I've got a tire and it's got gas in it, would you say that because it's in a contained volume, that gas is under pressure, yes?
Yeah.
Awesome. And if I burst the tire, the higher pressure within the tire disperses into the lower atmospheric pressure, correct?
Right.
Awesome stuff. So this is entropy, my friend, right? This is a law of nature, a direction, if you will. For example, if I've got a hot cup of coffee and I leave it alone, it will get cold, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. If I burst a balloon or a tire, the high pressure would disperse into the lower pressure environment, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Now whoever they are, I don't know, but we are told that the Earth is an open system, which is a bit of a problem, because if you have an open system, then you do not have a physical barrier for the gas to press upon to achieve gas pressure. And if there is no physical barrier separating the high pressure gas from the vacuum of space, then you'll understand that the gas that we breathe will disperse into the lower pressure environment, right?
Okay.
Okay. So when they tell us that the Earth is an open system, that is a violation of a law of nature, the second law of thermodynamics. According to that law, entropy should increase and the gas should disperse into the vacuum of space. Why is that not happening?
Well, can you repeat that last one sentence, please?
No worries. They tell us that the Earth is an open system. I'm going to rephrase this a little bit for you, my friend. They tell us that the Earth is an open system, so there is no physical barrier for the gas to press upon to achieve gas pressure. And being as the Earth is declared to be an open system, there is no physical barrier keeping the gas here. So according to the second law of thermodynamics, the gas will disperse into the lower pressure environment, which kind of begs the question, how do we have gas pressure in the first place?
I have no idea.
Exactly. You understand that the only way to achieve gas pressure is to contain the gas, right? Like within a balloon, a football, or a tire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But if there isn't a physical barrier, balloon, football, or tire containing the gas, then the gas can't be under pressure, can it?
No, it can't.
And if there's no physical barrier keeping the gas here, the gas will disperse into the lower pressure environment, right?
Yeah, but I mean, is there gas in space? I mean, according to the vacuum theory, there would be gas in space? Oh no.
Right. So 10 to the negative 17 torr, the distance between the gas particles is one of the reasons why they call it space. It's because there's lots of space up there, a lower pressure environment, much, much, much lower. So if we've got high pressure here and it's uncontained from the vacuum of space, then according to laws of nature, the gas will fill the space, right?
Well, doesn't our atmosphere serve as the balloon of the Earth?
No, because that's the gas. The gas doesn't contain the gas. The gas needs something to contain it. So the
maybe
atmosphere is the gas.
Another gas?
No, gases don't contain gases. It doesn't matter what gas you've got. The gas will fill the available volume, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So understanding this means that, you know, that place up there, the vacuum of space, that can't be real because it violates laws of nature. We understand that we are breathing gas pressure, gas that is pressurized, and the only way to pressurize gas is to have a physical barrier around that gas, a container, if you will.
Alright, then what are we looking at when we are looking into space?
I don't know.
Not outer space.
You see Jupiter, a giant ball of gas, uncontained from the vacuum of space. That's a violation of the laws of nature, that is. Because you don't understand that if I had a football and there was gas inside it and a vacuum outside it, then the thing keeping the gas inside the football would be the football. If I was to click my fingers and magically make the football disappear, then the gas would disperse in all directions and feel the limitation of the volume, right?
Yeah.
You can't have balls of gas without balls around them now, can you?
Well, I'm not knowledgeable enough about physics to answer that. I mean,
that's fine, but you understand what
there has to be
happens when you...
something that they use to explain that, you know, there are balls of gas.
They
might
have
use
explanations for
something-
days.
Yeah.
They'll never be able to
they've got
demonstrate
lots
this
of
to be true.
Well,
It's a
so do you
story.
actually. I mean,
Yeah.
Can I
Well,
leap in quickly? Can I leap in quickly? First of all, bonjour, JP. I just wanted to ask you. So you just said to Jedi, "Oh, I don't really understand physics, and so I can't really comment on balls of gas in a vacuum." But using that same knowledge of physics, you believed that there was a ball of gas in a vacuum. So do you understand how you're kind of playing both sides here? So you believed them when they told you that there was a ball of gas in a vacuum without having the necessary knowledge in order to actually confirm that belief. But now when someone's questioning it, now you're invoking your lack of knowledge and expertise in the subject. Just be careful about that, because now you're defending their idea based on the same lack of expertise that you're using to kind of push back on what Jedi's told you. Just pointing that out.
yeah, you're right. It's just they've been telling me this for a longer time, so you know it's stuck in my mind.
Fair enough. Well, look, I really appreciate the fact that you said that, right on that, because it just shows that you're self-aware and you're open to, you know, new possibilities that are logical. So, anyway, sorry,
I
Karen.
wouldn't be listening to you if I wasn't.
Oh, trust me,
Fair
there are
point.
some people who come in here and they're not here to listen at all. But I can tell that you are, so that's good.
You are one of 100, man.
I'm just a skeptic. That's it.
Yeah, but
that's good.
Usually we don't have skeptics.
Yeah.
I wanted to answer just briefly before Jedi continues. You're like, well, what are we looking at? Well, brother, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I mean, we've got questions too. And I'm sure a lot of people who were born and died had the same question. Well, what are we looking at? It's not that we have all the answers. I didn't make the Earth. So I can't tell you what stars are or what the moon is or what the sun is. But there are things that we can test here on Earth. So just looking up in the sky doesn't mean, oh, now we're looking at outer space. But that's a good question, though.
We don't have to know what. We don't. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, you don't have to know what these things are. You just have to know what they're not.
True. Well, that's part of the thing, too, is like, we all look in the sky and see the same things. Team Globe just has stories attached to them. Oh, star, that's a ball of gas.
You're calling them
We're just
Team
getting.
Globe?
Sorry?
You're calling them Team Globe?
Well, I used to be on that team. I used to be Team Globe. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
That's a fine name.
So, yeah, I mean, they just have extra stories attached to all these things in the sky. The sun, oh, that's a star. Moon, that's a big rock. Crypto, you got some background noise. And the stars, that they're this and that and the other. So as Jedi was kind of going through, okay, well, they're claiming this is what it is. Can we demonstrate that? Or we're trying to show you that they don't really have demonstrations. You said, well, they can explain things. Yeah, they got explanations for days, part of the story. But we're at this point where we're dealing with what can be demonstrated versus what can't be demonstrated. We can demonstrate gas pressure with containers all day long, and no one, out of all the people we've asked and all the people in history, as far as I'm aware, no one's able to demonstrate gas pressure without a container. So it's kind of just the thing that we were just walking through you with there. If Jedi's still with us.
Yeah, I get it. So what do you think is up there?
Well, being as we're breathing gas pressure, the necessary antecedent for that would be some kind of physical barrier. We are obviously within a contained system, my friend. Otherwise, we wouldn't be breathing right now.
Yeah. And you would be saying that the contained system contains the stars that we see?
Well, we don't know what stars are to begin with. So, people are like, well, there must be super far away and big balls of gas. If you take those ideas away, then what are you left with? Unknowns. So we don't know what they are or where they are. You see light, yeah.
Some kind of clock for sure.
Who's to say what or where or how or why or any of these things? But the way I look at the Earth, if this helps, don't look at the Earth as an object that exists within a larger space. I look at the Earth probably the same way that someone would look at all of outer space. It's this one big place. It's not like an object. Outer space isn't like a big object floating within another place. I would say that outer space is the thing, and then everything exists within that. Black holes, galaxies, stars, all this stuff. So I look at Earth like that. It's the place, the embed, and you exist within that. So I don't look at the Earth as an object or something that you can go outside of and then turn around and take pictures and selfies and all this stuff. So when people ask, like, what shape is the Earth then? I don't know. What shape would you think outer space is as a whole? A big blob, or I mean, how would you even know that? Can't go outside of outer space and take a selfie with it to know. So in the same way, you can't leave reality, turn back and go, okay, well, all of reality looks like this. When we say flat Earth, we're talking about the surface, the water. The Earth itself is not curved. It's not curving. But we're not trying to say like, oh, well, I've seen the whole Earth and it looks like this. No one knows what shape this place is. So, I mean, same thing with the stars. We don't even know what those are. So I can't answer that question of like, well, where are they? Or, are they here or there? Or what are they? We don't know, dude. There's a lot of mystery. And that's what I meant when I said, welcome to the club. We've got questions too. What are the stars? What is the moon?
I got a good question. I like good questions. Does logic require a mind? Is there an objective mind? But oh star, how I wonder what thou art, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Yeah, that's been around for ages, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It's not like anyone figured it out. We just people just have stories. I used to believe those stories too. Big balls of gas, millions and billions of miles away. It's a cool story. It's fun to believe in. But
Haven't you heard the updated atheist version of that? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, burning gas ball really far.
oh my god.
Yeah. That's a good.
Those are kind of the 3 key points, though, JP. Space, spin, curve.
Did you talk about spin?
Actually, we didn't talk about
Yeah,
spin
we just
yet.
did.
Let's segue into spin.
Did you?
Wait, you said spin or space? I missed your
No,
question.
spin.
Spin, yeah. Well, I've simply just asked people, do you think your house is moving?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is.
3-point space spin curve. Yeah. It's flat in a cup of water. Yeah. Water doesn't curve, man. That's retarded. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to get that in there. But yeah, 3 points.
Okay, plug yourself, CB, now.
Yeah. Plug.
Yeah, check on my SoundCloud for more. But yeah, so spin. I just ask people, do you think your house is moving? The room that you're in right now, is it traveling? Is it going somewhere? Is it moving?
I got a question. Yeah, I got my hand up.
Let them answer.
Yeah. Is Coriolis real? Yes. The answer is yes. It's rhetorical. Right?
Yes.
We just don't observe it in nature.
Well, not Earth. Earth Coriolis isn't real. Coriolis is very real. Yes.
JP, is that where you want to talk about Coriolis?
I'm not sure what that word is. I'm sorry.
Oh,
well, let's go one step at a time, bro. Just small steps. But
With
let's just like right off the rip. Do you think the Earth moves? That's kind of what I'm asking. When I'm asking if your house moves or whatever, do you think this place is moving?
Well, if it was a globe, it would be moving.
Of course. That's why I asked the question, because like people mock me for the question. They're like, "Oh, you're stupid. You think houses move?" Bro, if the Earth was a globe, everything on the surface of the Earth moves with the surface of the Earth, buildings included. So yes, I know that's part of the belief, but I'm just asking you, like deep down, true in your heart of hearts, do you think this place moves? It's okay if you do. Just curious.
I have no idea. I mean, what do you call this place?
Well, just the place we all live on, the Earth. Like, do you think this place is traveling? When you're in your bed sleeping at night, did you wake up and you just traveled however many miles through outer space or whatever?
Usually, I have in mind that the Earth is a globe, so I also have in mind that it's moving.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's one of the claims we get into is like, does this place move or not?
But when you go outside, do you feel that you are moving?
Of course not.
And now my question will be, how would be if people are saying this feeling we are moving now? If Glober say, okay, we are moving now, what is the opposite case when we are not moving?
Still?
Yeah, and what's that? How that look like?
Well, it doesn't look like anything.
Does that look like a when I
Kind of
go
like right now?
outside?
Yeah,
Like
I guess.
right now. That's it. That's all.
Sasha, this is the funny point. I love when you bring this
that was
up
a
because
great
people say
question.
like, we know it's, they'll be like, well, you wouldn't feel like, they're like, well, you can't feel it moving. It's moving and you can tell because you wouldn't feel it and stuff like that. So Sasha's asking like, well, if it wasn't moving, like what then? Like, is it not the same experience that we have?
Yeah, but I feel like another question is, if it was moving, would you be able to feel it?
Well, they're saying no. They're saying you wouldn't be able to. But it's kind of a weird logic. It's almost like the opposite. It's like opposite day or something. You can tell it's moving because you can't tell it's moving.
Yeah.
So it's almost like saying, well, you could tell it's not moving because you can feel it moving.
Yeah, they try and use the lack of evidence as the evidence, which is just batshit insane. It would be like me saying, well, you can tell that I'm a millionaire because of my lack of Lamborghini and the the 0 mansions that I own. It's like, what?
But that's just an excuse anyway. Like, well, you wouldn't be able to feel it. It's not even addressing any evidence or anything. It's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For why there is no evidence. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, sure.
Well, and like the evidence would be step one. We look like you see the sun moving. If I'm in my house and I'm sitting in front of a window and the sun is going across the window, is it that my house is moving or the sun is moving? The observation is that the sun is moving. It's like, what evidence is there that the earth or my house is really moving? What is the evidence for that?
There is none.
Yeah.
Well, some people try to say there's like a pendulum. They put a pendulum in. Look, the pendulum swings. So therefore, there's a couple parlor tricks out there. But I'm with you. I don't think there's evidence that the earth moves.
Well, there might be, but not that I know of.
Well, they try to cook up some clever sophistry. Sorry if I cut out. They try and cook up some really clever sophistry. So, like an argument I heard the other day, which you guys all heard, but JD has. You can tell that that there's hundreds of hours of ISS footage, and it would be strange if some of the ISS footage didn't look dodgy. Therefore, it's all legitimate. Like, why would it be strange if some of it didn't look dodgy? Like, if it looks dodgy, that is the evidence that it's dodgy. So you can't take the evidence that it is dodgy and use it as evidence that it's not. That doesn't make any sense. But they try and do it.
Mm-hmm. They do this with a lot of things. Oh, well, the water looks flat, but that's how you know it's curved. You can't tell the earth is spinning. That's how you know it is spinning. They do this all the time. So you have to be really keen to these types of things. Yeah, the dodgy evidence is how you know it's real. Elon Musk said this verbatim. It's like, well, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. What? What the hell?
Did he say that?
Yeah, let me get the clip for you.
That sounds crazy.
This is during the when they claim they shot a freaking car into Narnia. He was like, "Yeah, man, you can tell it looks. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake." Verbatim, word for word. I'm not even exaggerating.
Car that they specific. Yeah, that's exactly what he said, man. And the car was just a regular car. They didn't do anything special. They didn't give it special paint. There ain't no magic leather on that thing for outer space. Nope, it's just an ordinary car.
Regular tires that didn't blow up.
The only thing they adjusted, they removed the rear view mirror. little suspicious.
Yet you can see clouds on the reflection. Dude, watch that video again. Mark my word, look at it. Look at the windshield of that vehicle. And there's like a blue ocean behind. You can see clouds on the windshield of that vehicle.
Here's the clip, JP.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense.
And then, like, here's another one where he's like saying it looks ridiculous and it looks impossible. This is only like 2 seconds.
Sorry, let me try to give him the full context first of all, Stephen.
Well, it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, just quickly, JP. What his kind of excuse argument was that if it was CGI, we have better CGI and we'd be able to make it look more convincing. Which, of course, I mean that is the case because they do have CGI that does look convincing. That's what NASA's entire post, I would say, 2010 imagery is all about. It's all about CGI, and probably before, but there were other tricks that they used, before let's just say the year 2000. But I mean, his argument is that you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. The reason that it looks fake is because if it was CGI, it would look real. Which, I mean, all of this is convoluted nonsense.
Yeah, here's the clip for that, actually.
We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
So in other words, if it was real, it would look way faker than that.
Outer space isn't a place that men can travel to and from. If it were, the gas we breathe would fill that available volume, and we'd all die. So take a breath and know that we are in here, fellas.
That's actually a pretty big, like you have to pinch yourself every now and again to remind yourself that outside, it's kind of really inside.
Imagine if like a really fat guy came up to you and said, "Well, you can tell I'm shredded because I look so fat."
Right. You can tell I'm rich because I look so poor.
right. So you can tell I'm tall because I'm 5'2". Like, come on, man. Like, for fuck's sake, just don't insult my intelligence. That's such a dumb lie.
Really?
Yeah, when you get out of Team Globe, like I think that's one of the benefits to being on this side is that we don't have to like fake stuff like that. We don't have to say, well, I know the Earth looks curved, but it's really actually flat. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the opposite. They're saying, well, okay, it looks flat, but it's actually curved. You know what I'm saying? So I actually really appreciate that about being on this side of the fence is that we don't have to like fake pictures. We don't have to make CGI and make excuses for things. It's pretty clear cut. You go outside, you see the sun moving. You go outside, you don't see hills of water. So it's like the evidence is all right in front of you. We don't have to like fake reality and change it to something else.
Reality is on your side. Water is on your side. Natural law is on your side. Science is on your side.
And the Globers have a picture of a freaking. Go ahead.
Yes, Sasha, and you can doubt that, but you can't doubt the fact that you're doubting it.
Is this the actual picture, like the core picture he was talking about?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see this back when they did. This was like 2018.
Well, it rings a bell, but yeah, it was quite a long time ago. It does look like shit, though.
Woosa. Flat Earth 24/7. Come in here and have your worldview changed or challenged. It's a good place. Speculation Sunday. Can't wait.
Can you tell me how this last one look like? That's what I posted. That astronaut in ISS. What he's doing?
He's moving, I guess.
Is he? He's fading. Do you see that he's fading?
Fading?
Fading like a ghost.
Yeah, he kinda is, but
that was a live stream.
Okay. Alright.
We have a ghost there.
Maybe. I mean,
Sasha.
Yeah.
Sasha, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you do like a Russian accent and just in the Russian accent say, "In Soviet Russia, globe Earth is flat"?
Fuck, I don't know the Russian accent.
You already sound Russian.
Man, I'm Croatian. I'm from East, but not Russian.
Yeah, but most people can't tell the difference.
Yeah, but we're sure you can pull it off, though. That's why he asked.
Well, I have a clip that maybe will accentuate this point just a little bit further. It's like what Sasha's showing you there, and the little table that I posted right above that, the green table with the red bars and the water being curved in the background. They're taking things and having to change it and come up with excuses for why what you see in reality isn't really happening. So I'm going to play like a 1-minute clip here. I'm just going to load it into the hopper. Sasha, you'll like this one here.
I thought Sasha was Portuguese. My bad.
Oh, do you?
I'm British now.
Of course you are. It's good to hear you, man. Happy Friday, everybody. What do you got? What do you got in the shotgun, CB?
Yeah, well, Sasha's gonna like this clip, but it's just basically shows you how refreshing it is to be a flat earther. You don't have to come up with mental gymnastics and excuses and reasons why when you go outside, that's not real. So here's the clip for you guys. Let me play this here. I'm doing this all from mobile, so I apologize for the sticky fingers. But here you go.
It's a picture of a clock tower at about 20 miles at Barrow-in-Furness, and it's just a picture of a clock. Now, as a flat earther, I look at this picture and say, clock at 20 miles. That's the end of my explanation. As a flat earther, I can make that statement. I'll say it again. Clock at 20 miles. Now, if you're a fundamentalist religious zealot, then that's not a clock at 20 miles. That would be a slightly looming, non-standard refraction hyena holographic projection of a clock from behind the reified edge of a sphere based on an R value and a begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator to turn a clock which seems to be there into a clock which is not actually there. That's what you have to assert if you're a globehead. So it's not a clock, it's a holographic projection of a clock from behind the reified edge of an Earth curve based on a begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator. As opposed to me, that's a globehead explanation. I say clock, 20 miles.
man, knife.
24/7 Flat Earth Discord. Go get VC verified.
All right, appreciate the extra boost there from Rick.
CB,
but yeah, dude, it's simple. It's simple on this side of the fence, bro. When you go outside, that's what reality is. If you're Team Globe, you got to come up with reasons why what you see is not really there, something else. The sun's not really moving. Your house is moving. You see what I'm saying? So it's much more refreshing on this side. Go ahead, Sasha.
Do you have that one like a video file?
Yeah, I can load it in the chat.
Maybe in the beginning they thought they could just behead everybody that thought like us, but they decided that that wasn't going to work out so well because some of their own members think the same way in their group. So they had to think of something a little less permanent.
There you go in the chat, Sash.
Okay.
Well, shout out to JP. I mean, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
A lot of people come here and get super emotional and triggered. So we appreciate you leaving your emotions out of it.
You must get a lot of shit every day, I guess.
You wouldn't believe, but yeah, man, we were gonna say something.
Oh, well, I was just looking, and I really didn't expect to get called out like that, but I learned a few things.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I mean, we all learn stuff here. I learned a lot more about the globe here than I did when I actually believed it. So you'll learn stuff on either side of the fence. So everyone's welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
You'll learn things about the globe you never wanted to know.
Yeah, and go research both sides. I mean, see what our opponents are saying too. Like,
well,
you'll probably hear a lot of funny stuff, but
I feel like education counts as research for the globe side.
Yeah, both sides. It's good to take both sides in. If people say like, "Oh, flat earthers, they don't have a model," blah blah blah, you'll hear that. That's one of the big critiques, I think. Well, we don't have a model. What do you need a model for? We're just talking about the Earth outside.
Outside.
We don't. Right. There's no little toy mini me version of the Earth, as we covered earlier. I don't know what this whole place looks like, so why would I make a little mini Hot Wheels version of something that I can't even see the whole thing?
Yeah.
So there is no model. We're only dealing with the Earth outside. That's it. We're not like flat earthers aren't putting their heads together and closing their eyes and trying to imagine something. Otherwise, I would just tell you what I imagine. Oh, well, it must look like this or that. I can't do that because no one, literally, I don't think anyone in history has known what the entire layout of the existence that we live in is.
Yeah, it would be fiction. But don't we have a way to look at it, from really high above?
I think you can go up, but you can't go out. We kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. So you can also zoom in, but you can't zoom out and then see the whole Earth. I don't think there's a such thing as seeing the whole Earth.
Let's address that quantifiably. So there's only one or two, maybe three, definitely less than 10 organizations or individuals who have even allegedly been far away enough from the Earth to see the Earth in its totality. The majority of pictures that you have of the Earth are from an altitude from the surface that cannot see the entire Earth. At best, it's a small portion of the Earth. Simultaneously, the distances that everything reaches, like balloons, high altitude weather balloons, even the ISS itself, is not at a sufficient distance from the surface to see the Earth as a sphere or not. So basically, the majority of what you've seen gives the impression that the Earth is curved, but it's really just optical distortion. Now, the things that do claim to be far away enough from the Earth, for example, the moon mission, where they turned around and took a picture of the Earth. You can go watch documentaries demonstrating how they faked the photo. Right? It's not conclusive. You might say, well, that documentary is flawed. I believe the photo's real. That's fine, but you have no way to validate it. Okay? So you're taking it on faith. Then we have other things like satellites, allegedly, that allegedly take photos of the Earth every 10 minutes, like the Himawari 8. Now, interestingly enough, you look into the Himawari 8 and how it images. It doesn't take a single photograph of the entire Earth. It's a compilation of data sets. Now, it takes its data sets and overlays them on what's known as the Blue Marble data set, which was created by Robert Simmons, who works for NASA, who's a graphic artist. He admitted that he takes flat maps and wrapped them around a ball model, and then he edited it to give the impression of what the Earth should look like based on what he feels it should look like, the expectations. Now, that data set was found in the NOAA files on their website, matched with prior images. So meaning that it wasn't live, because what people will tell you is that it's taking live photographs of the Earth. Now, they also will tell you that this dude up there in the sky is taking live weather. And so you can look at your local weather and verify that the image is correct by matching the weather. Now, here's the problem with that. We already said that the images are stored in the NOAA archives, right? Now, NOAA is the National Organization for Atmospheric whatever the heck, so it has to do with weather. Now, the worldwide system has interconnected weather systems, right, that give you those images that you see on the news channel, right? You see them all the time. Oh, the news lady gets up, or the weatherman, and they say, look, there's a cold front coming in here, and there's a hot front going over there. That data is available and compilable, right? And guess who happens to compile all that data? NOAA. So in the 10 minutes in which the Himawari has before it quote-unquote publishes an alleged photograph of the Earth, it compiles all that data through a simulation, imprints it onto the Blue Marble data set, and then publishes it as an alleged image of the Earth. Now, what it is it's a model interpretation. That's what it is. Now, let's take another example. Say that this satellite went super far away, and it took an image called the pale blue dot, right, which is the Earth in its totality, right? So now you're thinking, oh, it's the Earth in its totality. You could clearly tell that it's the Earth. Go look up that image. It's literally a bluish-gray field of color with two white streaks and then a dot in it that you cannot tell what the heck it is. For all you know, it's the window of a school bus that some kid sneezed on. You have no way to determine what it is. Yet they will tell you this is a picture of the Earth from space. And people look at it, and in their mind's eye, they see, oh my goodness, that's the Earth, taken from millions of miles away, holy crap. But none of this is validatable. None of it.
Yep.
And keep in mind that all these images are essentially making a passive claim that the Earth's surface is curved. Now, it just so happens, coincidentally and fortunately for us, that we're actually standing on the Earth's surface. And we could just go measure the surface and find out if their claims are true or not.
Yep. And we covered how to do that earlier, JP, with the water and the 1.2 miles sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
So it's kind of crazy that they have this paradigm that they possibly assumed or presumed, or maybe not, that we would go find out for ourselves. Did they think? I mean, I know this is speculation for Sunday, but you got to wonder what they were thinking at the time that they, especially as the technology got better, what was going on that that they would keep. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm on the same wavelength as you, Sonny, because this kind of goes back into the blind believers. A lot of people see the pictures and they just stop.
Right.
Oh, no,
Right.
pictures shows it. We're good. But they wouldn't, like, those same people wouldn't do that with, say, like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Pictures aren't enough for those types of things.
Or anything else. Yeah, yeah.
But so, like, JP, you asked, like, what do they gain? Well, those we talked about those blind believers. They'll see pictures of the Earth and they won't even feel. They're like, I don't even need to go outside and check. Pictures show it. Done.
Exactly.
I love the logic that Sasha and AI both just put down, man. It's awesome. And we invite all claims, right? We want all claims, right? We're searching for truth. We want objective truth, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's weird. Like, a lot of people don't understand who flat earthers are. It's almost like they come in here thinking, oh, these guys must have fell off a truck, hit their head, never even heard of the globe. It's far from the case. A lot of us believed in the globe. So it's like, there's no need to come here and tell us, well, you guys see, the Earth is a globe and it spins and blah, 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 blah. We used to believe that. We're not past the belief stage. We're trying to either prove that stuff to be true or debunk it. So it's important to know who. Go ahead.
The logic's awesome, right? What's on my mind is stealing somebody else's worldview to prop up your own. That's essentially what the globe has to do. It's the upside down and inside out. Religious faith is what it is. It's a faith in a presumption. Mm-hmm. And it works. It's effective. I don't know. There's a real mind wipe. We have a hard time getting people to agree what triangles are.
Yeah.
Right? What Jedi went through, like, dude, what Jedi did a moment ago was freaking amazing, right? And JP was receptive to it, which is also cool because this never really happened. I don't know, man. It's a lot to chew on. Who are we? Where are we? What are we? What's objective truth? Like the method itself, right? Like scientific method, it requires, like, empirical or objective truth. Does it require an objective mind? It absolutely does. That's rhetorical, right? So, but we all know that, and we wonder together. It's amazing.
I actually really like that element. There's a lot of mystery. There's a big element of mystery because, like, if you come from the globe side, they're basically telling you they've got all the answers. We took all the pictures that need to be taken. We've seen the whole Earth. There's nothing else to see. Don't worry. We figured it all out. We know more about outer space than blah, 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 blah. But then you come here and they're like, well, they're telling me what the sun is, so how come you guys don't know? Oh, no one knows. They just gave you stories about that stuff. So that adds to the mystery. There's a lot of things that we don't know. It's not just flat earthers, it's human beings in general. How the hell would you know what the sun is anyway? Are you going to go up there? Where would you go anyway?
Yeah, what do you think about this, JP?
What do I think about what?
Everything that we've discussed. Yeah, just kind of want to hear where you're at, if you how you feel about it.
That was a lot of information, so a lot to take in, but
yeah, that's true.
I don't have convictions. I'm just thinking, listening to everyone, trying to.
Good. Yeah, I don't like it when people can flip flop too easily. So you're a very refreshing person to have in here.
I will not become a flat earther overnight. I'll show you.
Yeah, I don't think it's an overnight process anyway. It's kind of good to hear that. Like, it's a good
kind of crazy.
It's a good slow cooked meal, good aged wine, if you will. It takes time. I mean, for me, first time I even heard the words flat Earth was in 2017. So it's 2023 now. I feel like I'm still learning, still developing. I joke about how we're in season 9. So yeah, I don't expect people to get it overnight. I think I literally said this in one of my songs. So yeah, don't worry if it's not baked in your head after tonight. No, I just when I got to this server, people had made some songs because there was a really popular song called "Why Would They Lie." People come here all the time. It was almost one of your first questions. Well, why would they do this? A lot of people come and like, well, why would they lie?
That's the most exciting question, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I think there's other exciting questions, but basically, a couple guys got together, made a little freestyle, a rap song about why would they lie. So that inspired me to make a few songs. Wouldn't consider myself a musician, but I just wanted to add to the discography of Flat Earth music. That 3
JP,
points was me.
You want to hear the song, don't you?
Wait, what?
You want to hear the song he's talking about, don't you?
Oh, is it just lagging for me or?
No, all of us. He said, "Do you want to hear the song?"
Oh, no.
You absolutely do. It's a tour.
Let me check it out.
You're
Oh, shit,
roboting
7
AI.
minutes? That's an EP.
Try again.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. What did I say? I know it takes some time and you won't get it in a day. Now you at the starting line. I won't even have to get into it, but yeah, there's a lot of Flat Earth music is fun. It's a good way to put the information in a couple minutes.
Animation too? That's crazy.
Nobody will convince you, but Earth will always be there, waiting for you. And doesn't matter how you will. Don't identify yourself like I will not be flat Earth. It doesn't matter, because on the end you will realize what's the truth, not that you will become flat Earther or you will be globe Earther.
Yeah, if I ever make up my mind.
Whatever your mind do, Earth will be there always.
That's true.
And sea level, that stuff. Natural law and that stuff.
But to be honest, I barely think about, those kind of things.
Like why, when you got one case for like why would they lie? That's my thing is that I would like to a explanation of one way or the other, so that I'm more informed if I were to be asked for anything else.
Why would they lie? 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 Why would they lie?
I know you've been hating this, but how about that radius? Huh? What is he saying though? Broken geometry. Okay. I just pointed out. Now you're at hominy. Went to your mommy B. Trucking and driving. Globers be wildin'. They went out of style. 8 inches per mile squared. Never been measured out in the wild. Why would they lie? That's what they cry when it just can't be denied. Defending the government, slave till you die. You ain't got no reply.
That stuff is flat.
Who told you that? Like I can't trust my eyes? There ain't no curvature, and the swan is black. But nice try.
Why would they lie? 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 Why would they lie?
Once you go flat, matter of fact, you never go back. You
never go back.
Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Why would you ask such a question? Coming here crying to ask why they're lying? Dude, may I make a suggestion? It seems to me in your mind that you could use some introspection. Instead of advancing your thinking, you're headed straight to a sad state of regression. People keep thinking it's our job to find them the model that they've been requesting. Meanwhile, they're walking around every day and the world never ever suspecting. that the very own senses a human possesses have never attested. Something that's absolutely and completely reversed to the world manifested. How can you think that a person like me could take someone like you even serious? Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Bro, are you fucking delirious? How can we even engage in a true conversation if we can't surpass this? I'm gonna need you and your little fundy friends to pull their heads out their asses. Why would they lie? Are you fucking high? You really gotta be kidding me. The world that you've known, all on its own, has been nice and flat since the beginning, see? No 8 inch per mile square, that's why y'all scared to have this become mainstream. So as a result, we transform into nightmares, waking folks from the daydream. So, proceed to ask why they are lying without verifying your story. And at the end of the day, maybe all I can say is that y'all fucking bore me. Why would they lie? Can't even deny. You're sounding just like a baby. Maybe a hero is all that you need. Maybe y'all somebody save me.
Chemo. Global abortion, all applauded. Cheers, big heads. Small, enormous, from cradle to grave shall be like tortoise. That's how lies every day is exhausted. Nothing more boring than the stream they recorded. Yeah, that looks real, is that a joker talking? Composite my nuts is not a bore you foreskin. Ignoring, distorting the facts where they store is. Entering your mind irrespective of warrant. To say levels curve we expect from a zealot. Spherical excess, now we don't want it. Delusional puppet digest in the summer. Without any warning, hick on the shoremen. Are you a moron? Is not that important. Similar to Karen, always reporting. Endorsing the fraud and effects without cause. Manifest force from a pseudo source. Reversing the curse of what you've been taught. They've been rehearsed in the dirt, but they still fall short. Imaginary planetary alignment coincide with space warp. Astronauts monetary paid for. Submerging the water while they claim that they orb. It's a circus, clown circle in the globe. Why would they lie? Obvious the creator. If the globe don't fit and the earth don't turn, that's a whole lot of that they have to earn with the horizon swan. We eliminate the curve. All our eyes are on only what we can observe. Global lies are wrong, what they're hiding flatter. Keep my spies life on hide for the research. You rely upon priest and pirate like a bird. With your lying God, preach religion like a church. How should they die? How should they die? Why would they lie? Why would they lie?
Why would they lie? Why would they try? I got the math and science on my side. I'm running circles, it's easy as pie. Your reification is all falsified. The education is all just a lie. Don't need to replace it. All I need is you to face it. All I got is time and you just waste it. This is a gift staring you in the faces. Where you gonna get the truth from? If not from us, then you dumb. Made it your demise and chose to sleep to count the sheep since 9 to 1. Never been a fight, a fact of life, a choice of wrong and right that I would never run from. State the truth, defend the youth and stop the coup. It's just a job that got to get done. Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Why would they lie? Santa was real, the fairy was real. Why mama cry? My brother died, healthcare was bad. Why mama cried? The system is broke, your son is woke. I'm setting this shit on fire. Why would they lie? 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 Why would they lie?
Why would they not? The plot and derive by watching the sky and they know it's a clock. They picking both sides and listen with lies. The people pretend that they pick who they got. The people divide and then they disguise and now they devising a plot. You ask why they lying from behind closed eyelids. You disguising an iris that's lifeless. You're denialist, but this lie is why you're a nihilist. Guess you're lying for the pride then. They enticing the brightest to get deprived in contrived confinement. Lie about what the meaning of life is. Get a degree in a 9 to 5 shift. Only way that you'll survive this. What's that mean? They have to bribe them. Yeah, it's tragic. Their only tactic when the model under attack is asking where a map is. If they lied about the earth, what you even asking? Weaving past them, leaving blasting. Everything you believe is backwards. Occult belief is practice. That's what they achieve in masses. Yeah, it matters. You believe what masses. Massive incoherent magnets have a weak attraction. That's electrostatics. They always invert it backwards. Wonder what's the verdict, pastors? Religious zealots preaching, talking past us. Sent a blitz right up the middle. Who can block the fastest? Nobody. Falsify the radius. You cannot walk right past it. Yeah, they truly think they got the masses, but God's got the backing. Always got the pattern.
Why would they lie? 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 OG. Why would they lie? I'll tell you why. They don't want to see you survive. They don't want to see you get live. Love on your queen till you have you some kids and provide.
They don't want to see you revive. Take an L, then come back harder than ever besides. Packing that hammer on side. How can I help it, bro? Second amendment on mine. They won't label you a felon. That way you can't get your hands on protection. That way they come in and fake an election. If they want Caesar White sex, you can't stop or arrest them. That way the hood is simply a reflection of the design that they predestined. If you don't like it, they pop off your top like your last name was Kennedy in Dallas, Texas.
What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.